Is everybody in place and looking good? Because we're going to go here pretty quick once we're ready. Everybody, please. Everybody, please.
Okay, we're ready. Ready?
You ready? Good afternoon from cloudy San Diego on Harbor Drive in front of the County Administration Building. My name is Martha Sullivan. I was a vice chair of the San Diego County Democratic Party back in 2011. I was one of at least 3 leaders in the local Democratic Party who expressed our concerns about Bob Filner's inappropriate behavior with women on the campaign trail that we had heard about. And we were concerned that this would, jeopardize all the hard work that we were doing to advance his candidacy for mayor of San Diego. I brought it up to then Chair Jess Durfee as one of the vice chairs of the party. I said that I'd heard a number of people expressing their concerns about his inappropriate behavior with women that made women uncomfortable. And I really didn't see all our hard work. I didn't want to see all of our hard work go for naught if that came out. I was basically patted on the head by Chair Durfee. He went and talked with Bob Filner. Bob Filner said there had been no complaints filed against him. He was a single man again, and he was dating. And Chair Durfee didn't do anything else, and just there we went. We now know from the San Diego Union Tribune last December that Donna Fry did the same thing. She raised concerns that she was hearing from women concerned about Bob Filner's inappropriate conduct with women that made them feel unsafe, uncomfortable. She asked about it of the party leaders. She was told there's been no complaints. Don't worry about it. So she continued to support him. Lori Saldaña did this very same thing. She heard from several women who were unwilling to come forward because of the cost, to their careers, to their relationship with the party. And she was rebuffed as well. We got the same message. There's been no formal complaints. Have women come forward to Chair Durfee directly. Everything's okay. Don't worry about it. We also know from the San Diego Union Tribune that Lorena Gonzalez, who was then the head of the Labor Council, also knew about these concerns, knew that there were problems. And she said to the UT this last December that Bob Filner was a progressive candidate. The Labor Council supports progressive candidates. So she didn't do anything and she let it go forward. Lorena Gonzalez actually directly benefited from Bob Filner being elected because it set off a chain of vacancies. Juan Vargas getting Bob's congressional office, then Ben Hueso getting Vargas' state senate office, and then Lorena Gonzalez getting Ben Hueso's assembly office, all safe seats. She directly benefited from Bob Filner being elected. Now, in a totally ironic, baffling twist, Lori Saldaña is being singled out for having raised this as an issue with the party chair, being rebuffed and told everything's okay, and then endorsing the party's nominee for the mayor under tremendous pressure, which many other Democratic activists did. It's the height of irony, if not downright venality, that Lori Saldaña is being singled out for retaliation as a whistleblower against the party's failure to support the women leaders who raised this as a concern and weren't listened to. This is retaliation against the whistleblower, against the woman who stood up after this blew up in our faces and told the truth about what happened. Didn't try to make excuses for the party. She did the right thing. And now she's being retaliated against. She's being punished. She's being silenced, or they're trying to silence her. She won't be silenced, and we're not going to let her be silent. Because, as we've heard over the last year, women will be silent no more. Enough.
Hello. I'm Suzanne Morse with Heartfelt Voices United, a organization that uses film and theater plays to bring awareness to violence against women. The reason I am here today is because Lori has been in the trenches with me for the last 2 years, working tirelessly alongside me to see to it that the backlog of rape kits would be eliminated. 2 years ago, I had first learned about the rape kit backlog through the endthebacklog.org and Mariska Hargitay. And when I looked on the site, I saw that San Diego had 2,873 backlogged rape kits. And I was thinking to myself, what can I do to make that go away? So I began to approach various political figures and candidates with a business card naming that number, 2,873, and talking about the backlog and how women were not receiving justice. But none of them called me back. None of them responded. It was lip service. Until I approached Lori Saldaña during her mayoral campaign. I walked up to her, I handed her the business card, I mentioned the 2,873, and she sat with me for a while and had me explain about the justice not being done for survivors. At that point, about a week later, I actually get a call. We're going to do a press conference. And I thought, oh my God, finally somebody's listening. But you see, that's what Lori Saldaña is. She listens. She actually works on the issue. She actually walks in the trenches. Since then, she has tirelessly with me gone before the city council, the county board of supervisors, even when the cameras were not running, to make sure this happened. Now, because of Lori Saldaña and myself, we have the city attorney, Mara Elliott, who has rose up about it. We have it as part of the district attorney's campaign. Genevieve vehemently, and Summer Stephan. And about 3 weeks ago, there was a press conference saying that the county was going to start eliminating the backlog. That is because of Lori Saldaña and her approach to violence against women. To me, this latest attack, the use of victims of sexual harassment and exploiting them for political purposes is the worst betrayal of women and women who have suffered at the hands of violence. To me, it is disturbing. And it tells me that if Nathan Fletcher were to become county supervisor, this is the kind of behavior, it would be politicized and nothing will be done. It is so important that Lori Saldaña become the next county supervisor so that she can help eliminate the backlog of rape kits and eliminate violence against women. So, that is my story. And the other story that's coming out is lies. I know it because I've lived it. I've watched her. I've worked with her. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Ann Odell, and I'm a retired sergeant from the San Diego Police Department. One of my proudest achievements was that in 1992, I formed the first domestic violence unit in the country. And because of that action, we saved so many lives of battered women and their children. I'm very familiar with the tactics of abusers. It's not only physical, but it's also emotional. And when I started watching this campaign and saw all the false and misleading ads on television about Lori, whom I've known for 30 years now, trying to make her appear not supportive of victims, I was appalled and disgusted. I just couldn't believe it. What is happening to Lori Saldaña right now is the age-old sit down woman and shut up. This is abuse, this is abusive action, and it can't be allowed to go on. Lori Saldaña speaks truth to power. I like her for that. I respect her for that. So please join with me in voting for Lori Saldaña for Board of Supervisors. Thank you for listening.
Well, my name is Ruth Rollins, and I'm a member of the San Diego Democratic Party Central Committee as an alternate. I did serve for 4 years as director of all the Democratic County clubs, and as such sat on the executive board of the Central Committee. Now, I've known Lori for quite some time now, and by extension, one of my neighbors was her high school English teacher, and another neighbor's husband worked with her father at the newspaper. So I sort of feel that my history with her is extended way back. I happened to be in her headquarters where she was running for Congress the day she made the decision to endorse Filner. She was not happy about it. She actually took her phone and left the office building while she was talking to these people. And then she came back and said, well, she didn't want to do it, but she did. And she did because the county party officials were saying, you must do this. You're a Democratic candidate running for office. You must support the party